was thinking, what would be good to see in San Jose? Well, it's Silicon Valley, and Intel is part of it. Computers, technology, here I come. Everywhere you drive, Hitachi, Western Digital, Analog Devices, AMD, Seagate, PayPal, Intel, all those names that we know. Out of every 3 companies you see, one is technology and you know the name. This is little colorful downtown of San Bruno, and I have no clue where I'm gonna park because this is behind the San Francisco airport. I was hoping that there's some room, some open stuff. No, this is packed. Crazy. So I already passed the casino and I have no clue. Look at these cars.
Turn left at the stop sign, then take the 3rd left.
That's the U2 building. There's no parking here. Cherry 901, that's the address. I couldn't stop. Finally, I found the chance to stop and park at Sears parking lot. Across the street, there's a more of some mall. There's a Best Buy, Lowe's, and other stores. I had to find some area that is really not this open for public. So I'm more like hidden. I moved out of that San Bruno and actually I called the casino. They have several limit games that I'm not really interested about. So I called the next casino, which is called Lucky something, and it's in Colma or Daly. I drove to casino. Okay, location has parking, but it's so tight and goes just around the building and with a lot of cars already there. But on the street where casino is, left hand side and right hand side, cemetery, National Cemetery, this cemetery, and you can see them there. It's really quiet over there. Interesting part is you can park on this street. Looks like I may even stay here overnight because in these hills, these are suburbs of San Francisco, southern suburbs adjacent to the airport. I think it's a problem. First the terrain, and then I told you even Target doesn't have big parking lot. I found Sears parking lot, that was okay. Now here's a sign. I'm parked under the sign. Says no parking 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. 2nd and 4th Tuesdays, street sweeping. So just on Tuesdays. Well, today is Friday. I think I'm gonna stay here at least tonight. This street is very long and it has the lane that is used for parking. You can see there the line, and there's minivan over there, and behind me some trucks. On the other side of the street, see? There we go. You can see their cemetery, and 1 block that way, casino. Trying to make some damage over there. And you're not gonna believe this. I saw the church at the cemetery and I said, what is it? It's Serbian cemetery. Hey, It's Friday morning. I was actually yesterday thinking that yesterday was Friday, and in a video I recorded, I kept repeating today it's Friday, tomorrow is Saturday. I'm just woke up. It was bad sleep, a lot of noise. I stayed parked on the same spot where I was last night. Went around, actually went to Home Depot and stuff, but it's in some huge shopping mall with so many lights that I didn't want to stay there because, I don't know, it's so easy to see me and kick me out. This street looked fine, except I'm surrounded with cemeteries on the left and right, and very interesting, on the left side, it's Serbian cemetery. It's about 9 or 10 o'clock, between 9 and 10 right now, and the temperature is only 57 degrees. During the night it was so cold, I had some skiing adventures dreams. But it's alright, managed one more night on the streets. I became developing a feeling when I drive on a street. I immediately know this street is not good for staying overnight or something. Looking on a side street, you can see the type of the neighborhood it is, the too much residential, if it's too small homes or something like that, you don't want to be there. You need something where there's like maybe some high school and there's some wall so you can be against that wall. You don't want to park in front of people's house. I found this my old t-shirt from a few years ago. Still love it. Here's the look outside. I'm along the fence, so when I leave my RV, it's a little pass there to the street. But interesting thing here, see this cemetery? Somewhere there are buried Wyatt Earp and his wife. The big sheriff from Tombstone, from the Battle of OK Corral, the gambler, the businessman. I had to find his grave. We're related through gambling. Well, it ain't gambling if you know what you're doing. This is Hillside Boulevard in Colma. That's south side of San Francisco. And I parked there for the last 4 days, and I stayed tonight, leaving tomorrow, Tuesday. You can see it's the wide lane, and the only signs that restrict are saying no commercial vehicles. Between Tuesday 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. sweeping, street sweeping, which really doesn't happen. It's just the reason for them to give you a ticket. But it's only second and fourth Tuesday of the month. Tomorrow it's the first Tuesday, so I don't have to move. Sign. And says no commercial vehicle parking, 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. The white chapel over there, that's Serbian cemetery, and the address is 1801 Hillside Boulevard. So if you need as an address, Google search, or for your Lyft ride. A lot of trucks passing all the time. It shakes the RV. But I'm satisfied. It was free parking for 4 days in San Francisco. It's not about being free. It's about finding the flat street in San Francisco. Everything here is going uphill, downhill, and it's really hard to find the flat street. So I'm parked along the fence of Hills of Eternity Memorial Park. That I'm gonna go now and explore, because in one of these graves lays the body of Wyatt Earp and his wife. Yep, Wyatt Earp, known from Tombstone and OK Corral fight. That's the entrance to the cemetery, and immediately on the left side is a Jewish section. You can see Star of David on every grave. One of these graves is the grave of Wyatt Earp, Wild West legend, participant in the fight at the OK Corral, Tombstone, Arizona. Wyatt Earp is buried here alongside with his wife Josephine. He was married 3 times, and Josephine is his last wife. Wyatt Earp is not Jewish, but Josephine was. In 1944 she died, and they're buried here together. Wyatt died earlier, and he was cremated in Los Angeles and then transferred here to Colma. How am I gonna find it? Go between all these rows. You can see that this first section, it's older tombstones, and I assume they may be somewhere here in the first half.
Okay. Got it?
Yep. Thank you. Huh. I found it, but I wouldn't without the help of a gardener. He gave me a ride even. There it is. Earp, Wyatt, Josephine, Sarah, Marcus. She's from a Marcus Jewish family, and that's why he's buried here. The tombstone read that nothing so sacred as honor and nothing so loyal as love. I mean, from my teenage years, just watching movies like Gunfight at OK Corral, and also while I was growing up, there were short stories, novels, little novels on Wyatt Earp, you know, monthly coming out. It's amazing that some of them were written while he was alive, because he was Wild West legend, and there was a writer that was writing those stories while Wyatt Earp is alive. We know him as a sheriff in Dodge City, and then later he and his brothers moved to Tombstone, where they bought some, I think it was called the Oriental, the saloon. They were gambling and also keeping the order. Sheriff and his brothers, deputies. You know the story from Gunfight at OK Corral with Clayton brothers, I think. Clinton, something like that. Clayton, Ike Clayton, I think.
Oh God! The fight's coming! Get the fighter! Get away! I got you now, lugger.
Flies away. Today is if you do.
Couple of Earp brothers were shot. Earp never in his life got any gun wounds, even he was in many fights and situations. Later he moved to San Diego, got some real estate properties there and some saloons, again gambling and saloon business in current today's San Diego gas lamp quarter where all the nightlife is. Then he moved to LA, Nevada, some mining. He did a lot of mining, and that's how he died. I think he died in Nevada. He was cremated in LA and then moved here and buried. Later his wife died. She lived another 15 years after him. I'm so happy I found this. So, if you want to visit Wyatt Earp's grave, follow these instructions and a map. It's really precise. I wouldn't find it without this gardener. So, follow this map. It's really good, and you're gonna find it easy. Have a selfie with Wyatt. So here, this is C. Meyer. And I think this is the section, like the street name, B1. Down for the end of this, call it street, see that there's a BH levee. And what are we looking is for that black tombstone. Look at these trees. The constant wind, completely all branches are pointing the other way. That's amazing. Finally, it's Tuesday morning and I'm ready to leave San Francisco and keep going north. Yeah, busy street. That's where I stayed 5 days, I think maybe even 5 nights. There's no problem parking here, and it's by the entrance of the Hills of Eternity Cemetery on Hillside Boulevard. Address across the street is 1801 Hillside Boulevard, and that's the Serbian cemetery. So I'm gonna leave today, go do some other stuff, and then tomorrow see San Rafael Mission, and that's only in the area, like 1 hour drive from here. Leaving San Francisco, Golden Gate Bridge, can't see anything.